So to get to the PCB, we have to undo the antenna, pull off the volume power knob. As you can see, it can only go on one way. Take out the battery. So I'm using this metal pry tool, but if you don't have that, then you can use a flat bladed screwdriver. And just lever it up like so. See, you can put your tool into this part here, this recessed part. So once you've got it out this end, just pull it towards yourself like so. Don't pull it too hard because you've got the speaker wire still attached. As you will see when I flip it over. So now we need to remove those. So make sure it's nice and secure. I've got a 7mm drill bit here. So when you are drilling, make sure it's level. You don't want to hit the LCD, and take out the keypad. So as you can see, now we've drilled that out. We've got the SMA connector through it. The cable running left. Some hot glue to secure it in place. Now we just have to fit our locking washer, so it goes that way, so it bites into the plastic. Put your nut on. Just hold it so it doesn't shift around. All ready for when we've modded the actual PCB, and we can plug it on. So you just push this clip forward, like so, and bring it out. You've got another clip around here, so you can just pull the LCD towards you and it will come out like so. So to make it easier, once you've removed the LCD, you can bend this LED forward. You can use a tip to go on both of the pads, heat it up, just pull it out like so. I'm going to add some liquid flux and reflow it with lead solder. So what I've done is just put some of this heat resistant tape over this LCD, because you get rosin, flux and your flux, what you're using, splash up into it sometimes. Okay, so let's remove this with the hot air tool. So I'm going to add some more flux. So this has protected the smaller components from any possible heat damage or movement. It's also got a plastic membrane which I didn't want to melt under buttons. So the foil tape only left a little bit of residue, didn't leave that much. I could have gone in and removed it without the foil tape. With the foil tape, you're eliminating heat damage to these tiny components, any chance of those moving around. Okay, so as you can see, I've placed the actual mod onto the PCB now, so we need to solder those 8 pads. So I'm going to be using Kynar wire. This is 30 AWG, so 30 gauge, and it's silver plated. So for jumpers, for links, I've always used Kynar. That's my preferred choice. I've cut a bit to size, as you can see how small this is. That's our link. So this can be quite tricky, this part. So flux again. We need to add a little bit of solder to the pad and some to the resistor we need to link to. A little bit onto the soldering iron. Touch that resistor, not too long. Just a little bit like that. So as you can see, I've got a little bit of solder onto that resistor and some onto the pad. Put some more flux down. So that's nice and smooth now. So now we'll tack it to the resistor. Add a little bit more solder to the tip. That's better. Just give it a clean up. So let's fire it up and see if everything went okay. All the connections have been checked. Flash the firmware CEC 051. So if we hold the 0 button, there we go. So we've got speaker wires connected again. I don't think it matters which way they go around, but that's how they were when I took them off. So if you want, you can give the LCD a clean. We need to put our buttons back in. Just place them back in like so. Make sure they're flush. We also have this part to put on this cover, which goes on like so. So that sits flush on that. And we can put it back in. Try and keep that black wire for the antenna out of the way. And just push it back in. So once it's snapped back into place, just check the buttons. See the cover's still on in place there. Check your PTT and your function 1, function 2. Just go around and press those buttons. Make sure they're not stuck. So everything's fine. Put your volume power knob back on. That only goes on one way. Press that down. We can put our antenna back on. Let's give it a quick check. Make sure everything's okay still. So I did have to buy an adapter for my CB antenna, so I guess a lot of you guys will be in the same sort of situation. So that's a female connector, and for the SMA you've got on that mod, it's female, so you need a male to a female BNC. I'll put a link down below to those. So the modding went okay. I hope the video has helped you out. If it has, leave me a like. Comment if you've done the mod yourself, how you're getting on with it. So this is version 5. I've been holding back, waiting for the right board to come out performance wise, and I think it's nearing its end stage now. So I thought I'd pull the trigger and get one and do my own video. So I've done the install my way. So I had the rework station, which I recently got. I thought I might as well put it to good use. I'm going to put in a guide on this video as well, just to get you up and running for the CEC 0.51. So stay tuned for the user guide, and then at the end I'll put in some reception I've got with it. But I am going to go out and about with it like I normally do, give it a test, so we'll see how it performs. So when you first switch the radio on, you're in normal mode, which is what most of us are used to. So to get to full HF, just press and hold 0. So now we're in full HF. If you want to go to the FM radio, you just press the F button. And to go back to AM, just press the F button again. We're back to AM. So that's your frequency range from 150 kilohertz to 30 megahertz. So next we'll look at the actual options at the bottom. So to move across those, just press your menu button here. So we've got our band, that's our step. You can see that bottom line. Move this back. So the bottom line will show the step, and at the top press it again, that's low noise amplifier. Yeah, the AGC is on now. So we can change our setting by function 1, and then it goes to automatic gain control is on. when you reach to the maximum setting. So then you've got your bandwidth, your filter. And that's the band frequency offset. So to carry out a direct entry of a frequency, just press 2. If you hold and press F, you can then go to upper sideband, continuous wave, and lower sideband. And if you press and hold F, you'll go back to AM, like so. And you have preset lists in this as well. You press 0. That's your first list, second list, and your third list. So you can go straight into those bands. Just choose your corresponding number you want. So if we go to 3, it's at 15 meters. So you can also change the frequency step by pressing the scan button. So it's changing there. And to exit out the full HF mode, you just press exit.
I just want to tell people a little more about it. Like what Baby said is exactly right. And every year, Western media like CNN and MSNBC, they do stuff about EWU because Chris around on the bands, you know, and try and learn a bit about how they operate and stuff, you know, and just you know, sort of listen around, try and gain as much. Rewired it into the original power supply, just put another plug on it. Yeah, well, it was connected at the back to the other 2 radios, but I wouldn't